Welcome to the Performer Radio Show. Each week, we interview some of the most interesting people in the fashion and entertainment industries. Fashion and entertainment industries. Beautiful models, singers, comedians, dancers, fashion designers, actors, beauty queens, and many more. Right here on the Performer Radio Show.
Welcome to another edition of Performer Radio, right here on PerformerRadio.com and DirtyWaterNews.com, our partners in this venture. I am Mike Zotos, and we're here again with our lovely co-host, Miss Amarie Ortiz.
Hi.
It's December 11th, Wednesday. Amazing. We were at the Boston Music Awards the other day. Amazing stuff. Great people there, and had a lot of fun in that day. Coming up in this we're going to call this the Winter Show, because we have some interesting guests that really, winter is all about. They're all about winter, and you'll understand. I'm going to say the last guest as a surprise, but our first guest, we're going to go right into it, is Mark Miller. Mark, he's a designer. Describe your brand, Mark. I mean, you do it best.
So we are manufacturers, designers of luxury outerwear, and the main thing that we do in our brand is a collection of functional outerwear. It's actually designed as ski wear, but you don't have to be a skier to wear it. We kind of say if it's cold, you need to be warm. If it's wet, you need to be dry, and you can do it in fashion and in style. That's kind of what we do, and we make it all in the USA. So we're kind of proud of that. Yeah, you're very upfront about that. You want people to know that we support people in this country, and that's a great thing. How long ago did you decide that I'm going to be doing this for a living? Well, I haven't really started making a living at it yet, the business started actually as a family business. Give you a little history about it. I have a long line of relatives that have been involved in different capacities in the fur business, and that's kind of the roots of our business. As you can see by, it's radio, so you can't see it, but I'm wearing a jacket here. Oh no, they can see it. We've got this on video too. Beautiful fur trim, and that's the roots of what we do. It's sort of the trademark of our product line, that we use a lot of beautiful fur. It's a natural insulator, as well as a beautiful trim. So that's kind of where we started, and like any collection, it's sort of morphed over time into presenting not just the furs, but the ski product as well. Mm-hmm. Now, you have mostly an online presence, but you're also in a lot of, well, actually, you're a little bit of both, right? Online as well as bricks and mortars, right? Is that correct? Yeah, actually, yes. We sell, we're a small brand, but we're a global brand. Mm-hmm. We are found in over 15 countries around the world, and we have about 275 unique doors that we're in, or stores. Wow. That we're in, and that includes your classic ski shop, where you'd find rental goods and hard good, soft good combination, to ready-to-wear boutiques, and even some department stores. You'll find us over in London and Harrods. You can also find us in ski stations throughout the French Alps, Swiss Alps, that sort of. So we are all over. Now, I make fun of you sometimes, because on Facebook, in the middle of the summertime, you'll be posting pictures of snow-capped mountains and things like that, which is funny. But actually, on the other half of the hemisphere, it's winter. Right. Now, how does that work with your business? You said a global business. Now, do you have a lot of stores in the lower half of the earth? Not as many, because it's a little bit tricky from the manufacturing standpoint. Mm-hmm. We do actually have a couple of accounts in Australia. We have looked at South America, and again, it's a little bit of a challenge, because we're either going to be delivering goods to them too late or too early, because of the
is that because of the season as far as the manufacturing process? Right. Okay. Right. So in order for us to take care of the economy of scale, if we're just making for someone who's 6 months behind or in front of us, it sort of limits what we can produce and how we can produce it effectively. Wow. So now you've been doing this for how many years? In terms of, we'll say, I'm not going to tell you my age or my waist size or my weight. No, I'm saying, okay, you started as a family business. Let's say when you brought it outside of the home, when you started, okay, we're going to do this full time, and we're serious about this. We're going to get a studio.
you do have a lovely studio too. I've been there before.
Thank you.
So when did you say, okay, this is it, we're doing this, we're going to go full throttle?
The business as it is now, formulated, sort of really began in 91. But before that, for about 10 years, we were producing things that were fur related and sportswear related, but not specifically ski. And so about 91, we really kind of took off in that direction. And my partner in all this is my wife, who is actually our lead designer. I'm just the pretty face out front. That wasn't a joke. That wasn't supposed to be a joke.
He's like, but I was serious.
Yeah. So she's really done a lot for our organization, including helped to create a kind of cohesive and comprehensive collection, and she's been with us for
with you actually.
Yeah. Well, right. Well, she came to work for us first.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes.
So that's how you met her. Okay.
And then we got married.
Well, that's a nice love story. Huh?
I know.
That's very cute. I like that.
Yeah.
Where does she get her inspiration from? Do you talk about that, or?
Well, we do a couple of different things. So we don't do anything that's incredibly out there. Our goal is to make a living at this, as you kind of alluded to. So we think about what we can make that's commercial. And when I say commercial, sometimes people think of commercial and they think of it in a bad way, like run-of-the-mill or mainstream. But when you're making a product, no matter what that product is, you want it to appeal to a fairly broad stream of people. Otherwise, you're not going to sell many. And we're not, a Walmart brand, a Kmart brand, a Target brand. We're not. We're still a very niche brand, but we need to make things that appeal to a wide age range and a fairly decent demographic. So part of what we do is we think there's a certain degree of math in it. You think about, you're going to need so many pieces that are this length and this cut and that silhouette. You can't have everything have hoods. You can't have everything have collars. So you kind of build sort of an architectural model of what the collection will be. And then you also think about embellishment and color and motifs. One of the jackets that I brought that we're going to look at later on is a little bit of a nod to the upcoming Winter Olympics. Now, we didn't go crazy and do this, whole Olympic theme or Russian theme, but it's something that inspired us, and we looked into different embroideries that we had done and different embroideries that we had worked on, and looked to put something together that had a feel and that was cohesive with the inspiration. So it's we're looking at the world, we're looking at what's happening with people, what's happening in the economy and the environment, color palettes that are on the rise or on the way down, I guess, and those are all things that influence us.
Interesting. Let's take a look at color palettes then. I mean, how extreme can you get with winter outerwear in terms of colors? Can you really stretch the boundaries of colors?
Sure. Yeah. Yes. We do a lot of brights. We like color. I mean, I'm wearing a charcoal, so that's a little more sedate, but we do classic neutrals, but then we do brights, pinks, yellows, bright blues, greens. It's something you can have fun with, and it looks beautiful on the slope. And that's another thing that we think about is, okay, so where's someone going to wear this, and how are they going to look?
Right.
What's the setting? And so that's also part of what inspires us.
We as females appreciate that you're thinking about how we look on the ski, because that's actually very important. When I go skiing and I have ski wear, I actually do go skiing. You sound like a surprise.
Wow, that just surprised me. Yes.
Yes, I do. But I for one want to look like a cute little snow bunny out there. So all my stuff is really, really cute.
You look like a cute little snow bunny right now. You're wearing one of Mark's tops right now.
You're gonna be able to see it.
Technically, I'm wearing a designer brand right now too. The hat Mark gave me right before the show started, which I appreciate. Thank you very much, Mark. He's wearing the same hat too.
Yeah.
Oh, our engineer Dave says, "Where's his?" Well, you got the Boston Red Sox cap going on, Dave. You look good. You're styling anyway. So, how much? Good question. Men, women. Do you sit there and say, okay, we're going to style mostly for women?
We style mostly for women.
Because I've seen your men's stuff too, and I like it.
We do style mostly for women, but the men's we had gotten a lot of inquiries. Can you make this for men? We love this product. We have. The couple comes into our store and the woman is shopping, and now the guy says, "Oh, I love this, but what do you have for me?"
So we got that kind of feedback from our retailers, and we're always sort of listening and paying attention. And that's kind of what pushed us a little bit into creating more of a men's collection. We keep it simple, we keep it tight, and it's gaining some traction.
That's awesome. So we're going to talk about winter, sports, all the stuff, the Olympics. We're going to do that right after the break, okay?
Great.
Ranger Station, Ranger speaking.
Yeah, hi. I'd like to report a bear sighting.
Location.
In the forest near the side of the road.
No need for alarm, sir. The forest is where bears live.
But this was no ordinary bear.
No ordinary bear?
Yeah, 1 second I'm having a smoke taking in the view. Next thing I know, I am face to face with Smokey Bear.
Let me guess, Smokey had a tip for you.
He did. He must have seen me toss my cigarette on the ground. He told me never to do that because it only takes one spark to start a wildfire.
He's a smart bear. Did you know that 9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans? That means 9 out of 10 wildfires can be prevented.
That's what Smokey said. I had no idea.
That's why Smokey's famous, and you're not.
Good point.
If you see someone in danger of starting a wildfire, step in and make a difference, because 9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans. Brought to you by Smokey Bear, the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council. Learn more at smokeybear.com.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Today in school, I learned a lot. In chemistry, I learned that no one likes me. In biology, I learned that I'm fat and stupid. In English, I learned that I'm disgusting. And in gym, I learned that I'm pathetic and a joke. The only thing I didn't learn in school today is why no one ever helps.
Kids witness bullying every day. They want to help, but they don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov.
And we're back with Mark Miller. A little change of seating arrangement here. Mark is now next to Amarie, who is modeling one of his designs that he brought here. Mark, talk about this design that she's wearing. It's a gorgeous coat.
Thank you. So this, as I mentioned in the previous segment, we were talking about inspiration, and so this was a piece that we were thinking a little bit about sort of a Russian inspiration. You know, we have the Olympics coming up in less than 80 days, maybe, I don't know, last
late
count.
February?
Yeah,
late February?
Yeah, exactly. So in Sochi, so we, you know, without getting too crazy and sort of too expected, we wanted to do something that we felt was a little nod in that direction, and so we came up with this jacket, which we call the Orla. And Orla actually comes in 4 different colors. This is what we call black, which is a sort of a graphite color black, but we also did it in some light shades and even a beautiful deep burgundy. So it's a really
that's nice.
Great jacket. It has fur trim on the collar and cuff,
which feels amazing, by the way.
What kind of fur is that? Just like
this is raccoon from Finland, so otherwise called Finnish raccoon. It's been dyed this graphite color, and it has some beautiful embroidery on the sleeves.
Yeah,
and
see that. Wow,
we've punctuated the embroidery with Swarovski crystal. We use a lot of the crystal. You saw it on the jersey before. That snowflake was all crystal as well. We just think it's a very luxurious trim, and Swarovski has a very long history of making crystal, and they make very beautiful product, and so we're very proud to use it.
And what kind of filling do you use for those?
Well, we use a few different things. This particular jacket uses Thinsulate, the 3M insulation. 3M is although they produce their product all over the world, they're an American company that also manufactures product in the U.S., and we have a long partnership with them as well. People know Thinsulate, they know it's a reliable brand. It's also a washable product, so we like to use that because we try and make our product washable. We're about fashion, we're about function, and we're about serviceability. So in the back end, when a beautiful woman buys this jacket and she is wearing it, she doesn't want to worry about how am I going to clean it and will all the detail get ruined. So we make the fur trims detachable, and we make the product often machine washable. So
how does it feel, Amarie?
Feels amazing. I don't want to give it back. I'll get up some.
You might have another sale there, Mark. Talk to her after the show. But turn around so the people that see this on video can see the whole entire. Wow, that is absolutely stunning. Definitely. Wow. Okay, great. So Mark, quick question here. You just embrace winter.
We love winter.
You love winter.
Love winter. I mean,
have you ever thought about another season?
Yes.
Designing for another season?
I think of another. I happen to love linen, so I think about the summer too.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we actually do it. It's something that we kind of go back and forth on. We have the material, we have the knowledge, we have the infrastructure, so it is kind of a natural thing for us to look at doing a spring collection, summer collection. Miyuki, who I mentioned, is my wife, and our lead designer has been wanting to do bathing suits. So we're thinking about a number of different things which would be complementary to who we are already selling, what our customer base is, and the type of product we make. So there's nothing solid yet. There's no announcements, but I will call you.
I'm gonna have to co-sign on that
we're
bathing
gonna launch. We're gonna launch
right here,
right now.
Yes,
exactly.
Would these bathing suits involve some fur?
You just pricked her and
well, no. I mean, you actually can. There are people.
Yes.
There are people that make fur bathing suits. That's probably not what we would do.
I can't.
Not to ask.
But they would certainly be beautiful and they'd be embellished.
I would
next time I'll bring a bathing suit. You'll model that for us.
There you go.
I will gladly.
I'm sure the ratings will go up in that one. I would think fall would be the natural next season if you did. I mean, because a lot of people start wearing more outerwear in the fall and whatnot, and they've really embraced the
right.
fall
Well,
fashions.
we've thought of a lighter layer. I mean, we already do mid layers. We didn't bring any of those things tonight, but we do sweaters, we do mid layer pieces.
That's close.
So we thought of things that were shell pieces. A rain jacket that could be functional that you might just wear as a fashion piece, or you might wear as a functional piece in the spring or in the summer. Teamed up with we do some hybrid fleece products that are luxe fabrics, wools mixed with nylons and polys. So there's things like that we could do that, you can have cool days in the summer, or you could be in the mountains in the summer where it's not 90 all the time.
Right, exactly, like Mount Washington or something like that. It's usually about 30 or 40 degrees cooler than where we are.
That's our second home, is right on top of Mount Washington. There we have a side job as weather forecasters.
Interesting. Speaking of mountains, you love to go up to the ski areas in New England.
We do.
What's your favorite, just out of curiosity?
I'm going to get in trouble if I say one.
Okay, we don't want you to.
I mean, you know what? We look at it this way. A day on the slope is pretty much nicer than a day anyplace else. For the winter.
For the winter. Okay. That's
for the winter. And it's, I have a 12-year-old daughter who's a really good skier among many things. She's an athlete and a musician and such. And we were skiing, it was last year or the year before, and she stopped in the middle of the slope. And I said, you okay? Because she stopped right in the middle, and maybe something happened, or she pulled a muscle or something. She says, no, just look how beautiful it is.
Wow.
And that's kind of, instead they say out of the mouths of babes, but that's kind of the thing. It's like you get up there and, there's always people that, feel the need for speed or want the challenge, the physical challenge. But in general, it's just beautiful. And it really gives you a minute to kind of stop and take count of everything, take it all in. Yeah. So it's really, we love it, but it's just beautiful on the mountain, and we're always thinking about that, regardless of the season, because that's kind of where our head is.
Do you consider that work, going up there in a sense? I mean, testing.
Well,
how do you test these garments?
We like to tell the IRS it is.
Do you wear your garments first to make sure that everything's?
Yeah. I'll have to shoot you some pictures. Yeah, no, not always first, because we're not always making it when there's snow. But we definitely wear our product, and we have friends that wear it. When we go off, we're going to go for a few days around the holiday, someplace in New England, and we'll take a number of products and try and ski with something in the morning, and ski with some different clothing in the afternoon, and the next day ski with another outfit. Number one, because that's what we do and that's what we make, and who wants to be seeing the same thing twice? And also just to get a feel, because there's nothing like getting that feedback from the consumer or from ourselves saying, oh, okay, you know what, this really works, and we probably should add this or that, or another pocket here would be good. So that's how we learn and how we grow what we do, actually.
Awesome. Being an avid skier, and you probably covered most of the New England resorts, I'm assuming. Any place on the planet that you'd love to ski? Just curious.
Oh,
this is a personal thing, obviously.
Yeah, so I didn't grow up skiing. I didn't really start skiing till I was an adult, and if you ask my friends, I actually am not an adult. But so I didn't ski until I was in my 20s. So there's a lot of places I haven't skied, and a lot of skiing I haven't done, or I've yet to do. I'm hoping actually this spring that we'll go out and do kind of a combined business pleasure event, skiing out west. But
Aspen, something like that.
Yeah, exactly. But there's so many places that we haven't been and would love to go. I haven't skied in Europe, and that would be a big thrill. We have a lot of.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, we have a lot of accounts in the mountains in Europe, and they're always saying, you've got to come visit us, you've got to come see us, and I'd like nothing better. Unfortunately.
And what do you say? You've got to pay my plane ticket?
No. But so I would love to ski in the Alps, as well as skiing out west and anywhere, actually, to be honest with you.
Now, you mentioned Harrods. That's got to be an amazing feat to get into Harrods.
Yes, we've been in there. This is our either 6th or 7th season, and they're great to work with. The brand has done incredibly well there. We're on the 5th floor. If anyone's listening and they're going to be in London, go up and see us and buy some M. Miller. A little shameless plug. They have a seasonal ski department up there where they sell hard goods and soft goods, and we're one of a handful of pretty significant brands. And I'm not saying we're significant, but we're amongst some pretty heady companies. So it's very exciting. And Harrods is an amazing store. In their peak season, they get upwards of 300,000 people a day come into the store. So we only ask that maybe 100,000 buy our product.
That's good. Well, speaking of peak seasons, now it varies from place to place, doesn't it? I mean, England probably a little bit longer than some other areas. How does that work for your distribution and manufacturing process? I mean, you must have it down by now, but did it take a while to get accustomed to this global market that you have?
Yes. And yes and no, we don't have it down. We're still working on it.
Still working on it. Huh?
Yeah, ask our distributor. They'll tell you that sometimes we're terrible. Manufacturing is always a challenge. You're dealing with raw materials that are coming in from all over the world, and you're trying to put things together. There's a lot of balls in the air, a lot of pieces in motion, and it's not always fun.
So basically, you're juggling a lot during this.
Juggling a lot. And crying a lot.
When do you really start taking a break during the whole entire year? Like spring or
I like to tell people that I'm always working.
Okay, well, I know you're a hard worker, but it does kind of die down at some point. When is the natural?
When we finish showing our product to stores in the late spring, and we have a little bit of time that we are just slightly downtime. But we're kind of always it's amazing because I think about if we did 5 seasons, I don't know how we would do it, because for a 1-season business, we feel that we're always doing something related to the business, whether it's thinking of new things, sourcing new things, making samples.
That's awesome. Well, Mark, thank you very much for coming down. We do appreciate it.
It's been great.
Amarie, you're going to have to give that back. I'm sorry.
I don't want to.
Where can they find you online?
mmillerfur.com. Facebook is Facebook, mmillerfur. Twitter, mmillerfur.
There you go.
Pinterest. We're there all the places. Yeah.
Thank you again, Mark, for coming down, and definitely check out his line online.
Thank you.
All right. After the break, we're going to actually feature some Boston Music Awards interviews from the past weekend at the Liberty Hotel. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Ryan Seacrest for RAD. Over 300 people in this country are killed every week by a drunk driver. That's the equivalent of 2 747 plane crashes every single week. And the problem isn't going away unless we all do our part to stop it. So if you see someone who's about to drive after drinking, get the keys. Don't leave it up to anyone else. Friends don't let friends drive drunk.
A public service announcement brought to you by RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
In the wake of a disaster, what one thing can you send that will help people the most? A blanket, a tent, a sandbag, a doctor. Actually, if you send a monetary donation, you send all these things. Even a small donation can make a big impact and can quickly become exactly what people affected by disaster need most.
Want to help those affected by Typhoon Haiyan in the Philippines? To donate, visit philippinesrelief.adcouncil.org. That's philippinesrelief.adcouncil.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
This is Amarie Ortiz with Dirty Water News.
And I'm Christina Dirksen.
And we're here at the Liberty Hotel for the 2013 Boston Music Awards.
We're going to be interviewing some incredibly talented artists tonight.
So let's go check out the scene. And we're here with the one, the only, the very famous Clinton Sparks. What brings you here?
A thing called the Boston Music Awards. And music drives us. And if you don't know that, then it's kind of odd that you're even here.
And one thing about you, Clinton, that
and
no
also,
matter...
I'm also here because I'm trying to get Boston's best news and entertainment. And I heard Dirty Water was here. And that is Boston's best news and entertainment.
So basically, he's here for us. But also, one thing about you, Clinton, that no matter how big or what you do or how great you get, you always show support and love to Boston. I've always seen you here doing some type of event and showing love. What keeps you coming back?
Besides the fact that I live here.
But you know what? A lot of people turn Hollywood and they like kind of don't go where they started and they just decide to Hollywood and don't do all the stuff that you do.
Well, I ain't gonna front. I bought a place in LA and I live there too. But I have a home here, and I'll always have a home here. And this is my home, and when everything's over, I'll live here for the rest of my life. Trust me, everybody in the business says, why don't you move to LA? Why don't you move to New York? And it's like, why? I don't have to. I live in Boston. You want to work with me, come to Boston. Or I could just fly out there. But yeah, of course, I always support my city and do what I can to do to put the spotlight on the city so the other people that are here, people can see them because I put the spotlight on the city.
And how's the Boston music scene influenced you? Or helped you create the music that you create?
It wasn't really the Boston music scene, it was the Boston lifestyle that I lived that influenced my music. From the hardships to, things I've seen and that I went through that helped cultivate me as a songwriter. So, all I know is Boston. So all I can write about is things that are reflective of me being from Boston.
So tell us what you've been working on recently and what can we expect to see from you in the future?
Well, I'm signed to Island Def Jam Records, photo finish Island Def Jam. I just dropped a record called Gold Rush from me, Macklemore, and 2 Chainz and DA. January 7th, I'm releasing my new video and song with Riff Raff and Little Debbie. And another Boston actor named Jay Giannone, who's in American Hustle. He's in my video as well. And then I'm shooting the video for my next single with me and T.I. in January. And my debut album comes out in April on Def Jam, and it's called Disco Ball and Chain.
So basically, it's Clinton Sparks' world, and we're just living in it, is what you're saying.
No.
You're doing some pretty big things.
Yeah, well, I'm just doing what I need to do to stay relevant. I don't know how to not work. So I'm starring in a new Yahoo.com commercial that just launched nationwide. It's a television commercial. Everyone's hitting me on Twitter about it. But yeah, so that's going to run on TV for the next 6 months. I'm writing and producing for everybody else. I just did a record for Travis McCoy's new album. Worked on something for Austin Mahone. So just staying working.
Well, so good to see you here supporting these local artists that strive to be eventually as successful as you are.
Of course, and they will be with the help of Music Drives Us.
And congratulations on all the success and still showing us little people showing us some.
I'm probably as skinny as you are, right? So we're both little.
We're both little people. Well, have fun tonight, and thank you for joining us.
Hey guys, so I am here with Slaine, who is a actor slash musician slash kind of feels like everything in between. He was nominated for Hip Hop Artist of the Year today at the BMAs. How does that feel?
It's cool. I mean, it's cool just to be a part of the tradition of it. Like, I've been nominated like 8 of the last 9 years. I usually never win, but it's a charity event. It's like, I don't care if I win or not. I'm happy to be around my friends and my peers in Boston who are making music, and it's cool.
Just doing your part, right?
It's just fun. I got the one trophy. My mother got it, next to her piano.
That's all that matters.
Yeah, it's it's cool. But I like seeing I'm getting gray in my beard now. And all that. I like seeing the younger cats come up and
Well, we all know that you were in the town, which is huge in Boston, obviously. But what other projects are you working on right now?
I got a new movie called God Only Knows coming out with Javi Keitel, Ben Bonds, Leighton Meester, Kenny Wormald, Michael Yeba, Jay Giannone. A lot of really good Boston actors are in it. It's written by Emilio Moro, who's a Boston writer. I got a horror movie coming out, which is a little different for me.
Like fun.
Yeah, it's cool. So, and then I got a couple of things coming up for next year. I got my new album coming out in March, so I'm just working.
And where can people find your music?
I mean, it's in store. It's in stores. It's on iTunes. It's everywhere that you would find music. You can follow me on Twitter at Slaine's World. Slaine is spelled S-L-A-I-N-E, and that's what it is.
It is what it is. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I hope you have a great time.
And we're here with the one, the only, Maverick. How does it feel to be here?
I'm excited to be here. Can I give y'all just a behind the scenes of what just happened just 2 seconds ago? She was chewing some gum, and my man on the camera extended his hand so he could take the piece of gum that was in her mouth so she could do this very interview that you're seeing right now.
What can I say? Dirty Water treats me well. I'm a princess.
You are, clearly.
But on to the important stuff.
Yes.
What brings you here?
Boston Music Awards. I mean, this is my first time actually being here. And so I'm excited to be here in the first place. A lot of phenomenal artists being honored tonight. Some of my friends, some of my colleagues. And I just want to actually show my face so that people know that I'm an artist as well. And I got some hot music coming out. I got a new video that just came out. I don't know if you've seen it yet. It's called She Likes It. I know you're going to like it. It's on YouTube right now.
I was just going to say, I was like, since you're also an artist,
yeah,
it's a great networking experience for you. And also to be within the community and tell them you support them as well, so you can get the support right back.
Right. Like.
So who are you excited to see today?
Man, I'm excited. Well, I was just upstairs, and Clinton Sparks was up there. You know, me and Clinton got history. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a jamming guy. Malik Williams, another phenomenal producer. Louis Bello, that's one of my guys right there. I think he's nominated for something tonight. And I think her name is like Sarah Barillo or something like that. But she's amazing. She brought the guitar out and killed it. Yeah.
Did you see any of the performances yet?
Yeah. Well, the girl Sarah that I was telling you about, she rocked it. I'm hoping maybe I could get a performance in next year. You know what I'm saying?
Well, hopefully we'll be seeing you here next year, and you're going to be a nominee.
That would be dope. I got to talk to some people on the committee. We'll straighten that out.
Well, thank you so much for stopping by and talking to us. Have fun.
Thank you so much for having me.
And we are here with Inspirational Artist of the Year nominee, Kendall Ram Stewart. How does it feel to be nominated and to be here tonight?
I'm really excited. I feel so blessed.
And what are your friends and family thinking? Is your first year nominated?
Yes, this is my first year. I shared with them, that I was nominated, and they're really excited. I graduated from Boston University about a year ago, and I've really been pushing hard since then, as a recording artist. And just to know that someone noticed the hard work that I was putting in is just amazing. So.
And tell us a little bit about the work you have going on now, or any of the projects you have going on right now.
Yeah, so I just released my album, Time. You can find it on iTunes, CD Baby, Amazon, and it's an album that I released April of this past year. It's focused on inspiring everyone that listens. So I have that going on. I'm actually just finishing my tour, which is called the Time Series Tour, where I toured all over the New England area. So we finished that up last week, and so now I'm just kind of focusing on maybe a new album, seeing what tour we can start up next year.
That's the next question. What do you have coming up that people can look forward to?
Yes, so I have a Christmas concert series coming up on December the 16th. It's at the Dudley Library. It'll be a mixture of my own original works and then a few Christmas songs to get people in the holiday spirit.
Do you know any of the artists that are nominated with you as well?
Not necessarily in my category, but I know Louis Bello. I know Esperanza Spalding. I don't know if she's going to be here tonight, but there are a couple of them that I did recognize.
Anything you're looking forward to tonight? Any performances or anybody to see?
I think for most of all, of course, the performances, but just to kind of spend this time with, my close family and friends. It's really awesome.
And where can people find you? Are you on Twitter, on Facebook?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter, Facebook, everything's Kendall Ramseur, and of course my website, kendallramseur.com.
Well, congratulations and good luck tonight.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
And I'm here with one of the performers tonight, Los Rumberos de Boston. welcome.
Hello.
Hi.
For people that are going to watch and might not know who you guys are, give us a little background of you guys.
All right, so for those who don't know who we are 3 Mexicans that have lived in Boston for the past 4 years. We studied at Berklee College of Music.
We met here and we found the power of rumba, which is the style that we play, that really joined us, and we realized that there's a big potential to that.
And we love what we do, and we like to transmit that to people. Everyone dances to the music. So,
is this your first year at the Boston Music Awards?
This will be our first year here as the Rumberos de Boston. Yes.
How does it feel to be here amongst all the other Boston artists, also as yourselves?
Always a privilege. There's always a privilege because everyone is amazing. Like we've going around. There's so much talent. There's so much diversity, different styles, different people performing around, and it's just great to know that we're considered for this great event.
And you said you've lived in Boston for 4 years, correct?
Yeah, 4 years. Some of us more, some of us less. Yeah.
What have you noticed in the Boston music scene that's different than anyone else?
I think the music is has a really special touch. I don't know, I really like it. Especially the bars.
I would say because Boston, as you know, regardless of Boston's size, which is kind of small compared to Mexico City, where we're from, and Guadalajara even, which is also big, even though it's small, there's a lot of good music, a lot of diversity. There's a lot of different artists from different places. You can. It's like a miniature model of all you can find in the world, basically, because a lot of people come here, students especially, from different parts of the world. So that's what we find really interesting.
And at the same time, you get a very good jazz world. For example, with Wally's, which is a historic place, a historic bar, where the first bar where blacks and whites play together jazz. And I think that's also very important to have many musicians, since Quincy Jones have lived in the city. So, yeah.
I, for one, think that the Boston music scene is a little underrated. There's a lot of very talented people here. I feel like there's a lot of hidden gems in the city.
Yeah. Yeah, there's hidden gems everywhere. So basically, that's why this event is so important, because it's a way to bring those hidden gems and just tell the people, hey, here they are. They might be international like us. We don't even live it. We lived in Boston for the past 4 years. So basically, we are based in Boston, but we're not originally from here. But still, we're considered, and that's an honor. And that's something amazing about this event that actually brings those who don't usually have a chance to shine and to show the people what they're doing.
So tell us what you guys are working on right now and what we could expect in the future.
We're working on our first album. Woo! It's gonna be released hopefully in February. And it's gonna have a lot of flavor, a lot of new surprises. Hopefully you listen to it and you like it.
Yeah. And how about, what do you guys wish to accomplish in the future? Any big time goals?
Well, many dreams have come true in the present. Till now we've played all around the world. That's one of our dreams, to go and play anywhere. It could be Japan, it could be China. We've already played in Russia. We played in Madrid. We played in Mexico. We played in Boston, and New York.
And all those different places, we play for different audiences too. We play for young people. We play for older people, and our music has been accepted and has been. They like it, So that's, for us, that's the best thing that can happen, because for us, we are as important as the audience that's listening to us, because that's the energy that pretty much is. It's like a mirror of energy. What we give out is what we get back, and that's what we like about the rumba.
And for everyone that's watching right now that wants to hear some of your music or check you guys out, where can they find you?
They can find us. Our social network is at Rumberos Boston. So
rumberosboston.com.
Rumberosboston.com. That's our website. Or at Rumberos Boston on Twitter, on Instagram, YouTube.
By the way, Rumberos is written Rumberos. And then it's just Boston.
Los Rumberos, like we say.
Thank you to Dirty Water. Thank you.
And we're here with Malik Williams. So tell us your affiliation with the Boston Music Awards.
Well, this year I'm here with Music Drives Us. I'm one of the music ambassadors for Music Drives Us. So this is a little bit of a different capacity from last year.
Tell us what you've been doing in the prior years, because I know I always see you the times I've been here. Tell us how long you've been affiliated with the Boston Music Awards.
Well, I think since 08, 09, when I started probably being recognized a little bit more. This year, Louis Bello, who got nominated for a couple different awards, so that's a good thing as far as on the production and creative level. And Music Drives Us, of course, is a foundation that helps out the community and children and things like that.
Tell us a little bit about that. How did they get affiliated with the Boston Music Awards? Who set that up? How did that happen?
Just plugging away, just networking and meeting people and staying in touch and just trying to create more awareness.
And I know that you've either been affiliated or have attended the Boston Music Awards through the past years. What have you seen the change? Has it grown? Has it been bigger? What has changed in the last couple of years that you've noticed?
I think honestly, like the quality of the artists, the diversity in the artists as well. People are a little bit more focused on being more connected and networking with each other, which is really, really good, and that's why I enjoy kind of being out here, just seeing everyone. And for people that I met last year and the years before, I won Producer of the Year in 2009 and 2012, so there's a little space in between. So in between, we're working and trying to push each other to always do better. So this year, with Louis being nominated and other friends of mine that are being nominated, it's just a lot of fun to come out and support at the same time.
And what do you have to say about the people that say that Boston music scene gets outshined because we're right next to New York? What do you have to say about those people?
I really don't see that. There's a lot going on here. There's a lot of talent, and a lot of us are in and out of Boston anyways, in and out of New York, LA, Atlanta, different places like that. So I really don't look at that, and I don't pay attention. If you're creating music and you want to do it for the creative and fun of it, and because of the art that we can't really escape, then you just keep doing it. It doesn't matter.
I agree. We have some really talented musicians and artists here. I think sometimes we're even people haven't really I think it's like a hidden gem here, Boston artists sometimes. So I think there's a good opportunity to showcase them and to, for them to showcase their talent.
Yeah, absolutely.
So anybody you're excited to see tonight?
I'm excited to see Kendall Ramso. He's got
we
nominated.
just had him here.
Yeah. So he's amazing. He's a really amazing guy. Of course, Louis Bello is just he's like one of my boys. So.
Do you think Louis Bello's winning one tonight?
Well, of course.
I agree too. I want to know if we're on the same page because I am team Louis Bello.
Yeah.
I want to know if you're a team as well.
I'm team Malik Williams. That supports team Louis Bello.
I agree with that. I agree. Well, thank you for joining us, Malik. Have fun for the rest of the night. Good to see you as always.
Thank you. Good to see you too.
And I'm here with a two-time nominee and very well dressed, if I should say so myself, Louis Bello. How are you feeling tonight?
I'm doing good. And thank you for the compliment on the dress. I appreciate it.
You look great.
Thank you very much.
So you are nominated twice tonight. What does that mean to you?
It's exciting. Anytime to be nominated for anything is great, but 2 times it's awesome. I'm very excited.
And how do you think the Boston Music Awards has helped the Boston scene, the music scene, and the artists that are trying to, work their way up?
Well, I think every year as the music awards grow, more and more people find out about them, more artists come out of the woodwork, and I think it's a networking party, and I think it really helps everybody network, and so I think it's great.
And I don't know if they know, but you've been nominated for the past, how many years?
4 or 5.
He doesn't want to brag, but he's been nominated.
Not won though yet. I haven't won yet.
He hasn't won though. So if you win tonight, which my bet is on you, how are you going to feel?
It'll be awesome. I can't lie. I might have typed a little speech up, but maybe. No, I'm hoping.
I have a good feeling about this year.
Thank you very much.
So anybody you're excited to see tonight, whether perform or run into, hang out with, other than me, of course, me.
I was waiting for you the whole time. That was it.
I knew it.
I'm good. I can go home now. I don't even care. No, I just ran into Clinton Sparks, good friend of mine, Slaine, good friend of mine, Ernie Bach, and a lot of artists. Jay Tronis, Mo Pope is here. It's just an amazing Fan Cloud is here. The guys that run Fan Cloud, it's a new app coming out, and it's just an amazing time to see all these people in one room.
So what's your next project coming up? Let us all know again.
Well, let's see what is coming up. Well, there's a lot coming up. We're going to be back out in the West Coast in January, and we're releasing our new video for Take the Money in January. So just rolling with all the punches.
Keep working hard. Congratulations on the 2 nominations. I hope you win them, both of them.
I hope so.
Have a good time tonight, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
And what a fantastic event that was here at the Liberty Hotel for the 2013 Boston Music Awards. Congratulations to all the winners. I had such a great time. I got to see good friend Clinton Sparks and interviewed him. How about yourself?
I got to walk around and interview plenty of talented artists, but I'd have to say that I interviewed Slaine from the town.
Wow.
He was pretty dope, so.
It was really good to see everyone from the Boston music scene together, supporting one another. Can't wait to come back next year. This is Amarie Ortiz.
And I'm Christina Dirksen.
From Dirty Water News.
Nurse, I need you to apply pressure to the head wound until I can get to it. I'm concerned she's lost too much blood.
Oh, no.
You in the corner, who are you? You're not supposed to be here.
She's my girlfriend, Doctor.
You need to wait out in the waiting room.
Please, Doctor, I want to stay with her.
Look, she's been badly injured. So if you want to do what's best for her, you need to let us do our work.
Please, Doctor, she has to be okay. I didn't mean to do this. I love her.
Wait a second. You were the driver?
Yes, but I didn't mean to. I swear, we went to dinner. I was just buzzed. I only had a few drinks.
Just buzzed? Why didn't you tell us that? In that case, your girlfriend is fine.
Hey, sweetie. I feel great. You want to get out of here?
I can't believe this. Really, Doctor? She's really okay?
What, are you kidding? No, not really. Nurse, get me a suture kit. Stat.
Buzzed driving. Maybe we should stop acting like it's no big deal. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, the Ad Council, and this station.
Today might be the day I drop out of school. Today could be the last day I try. My parents alone can't stop me. My friends can't even stop me. But you might be able to. With United Way, you could tutor me, be my mentor, or volunteer to just read with me. If someone had helped me earlier, I might not be struggling. And studies prove that kids who read well by 3rd grade are more likely to graduate. There are tons of ways people like you can help kids like me stay in school. And United Way is calling for you to be one of them. Because it takes 12 years to create a graduate. It takes about the same time to create a dropout. And the difference between me becoming one or the other could be you. Make me a success, not a statistic.
Take the pledge to volunteer now at unitedway.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
And we're back from the break, and all those Boston Music Awards interviews, that was a great night, wasn't it, Amarie?
It was.
A lot of people that we met there, and it's nice to see the community of Boston getting together and celebrating the arts. And it was, like I said, it was a great, the 26th year, amazing. Okay, we're back with this very interesting gentleman across from us, and we kind of wanted to make it a little bit of a surprise. Santa's here. His name is Brian Roy, and you go by the name Boston Santa Claus.
Yes.
And now, when did you start, Brian? I mean, obviously you look the part.
I started probably 4 or 5 years ago. I've always had a beard growing up, and so my family, my mother's side was very white. They're white hair. My mother's side, everybody has white hair, and luckily, I've got that side. My 2 brothers, brown hair.
Really?
Brown hair thinning, and I've got a ton of head hair, big beard. I started growing my beard out in September for Christmas time to just for fun. It had some gray in it. I put a hat on, and it was good for parties, good for fun. And then it just started getting whiter and whiter. And
so when did you look in the mirror one day and all of a sudden say, "Wait a minute, I'm Santa Claus"?
Well, I didn't even recognize it.
Really?
My family and friends.
Really? Okay.
So it got to be Christmas time, and I had let my beard grow out like 2-3 inches, and I'd wear a hat to the party, and wow, it's like, you really look like Santa. I'm like, oh, come on. It's, yeah, you should try it. You should try it. So the next year, I started in July and let my beard grow out, and I bought a cheap suit and advertised on Craigslist, which is probably not the best place to advertise.
Considering some of the people that go on there.
Exactly. But I got a few jobs and went to people's homes and entertained for the children. And
so mostly children's stuff that you do?
At the beginning, yes.
Okay.
A lot of children, a lot of just going to people's houses And I did a couple of, adult-only parties where like 30-somethings are just, they have catering and all that. So
that's pretty cool. I mean, definitely. I mean, when you decided that this is going to be something, well, obviously it's a seasonal job, right?
Yeah. Yes, it is a seasonal.
Yeah. I mean, well, I would assume that maybe like early October through December, obviously. Yeah. I mean, maybe. Well, obviously, it's pretty heavy after Halloween. But what do you do for the rest of the year?
I'm a structural steel fabricator. So like when you drive by a job site and you see the steel going up for a building, I work in a shop where they give me the blueprints and we fabricate every single part, all the beams, cut them to length, put all the holes in them, put all the parts into them, weld them up, and then ship it to the job site where all they have to do is with a crane put them up, throw some bolts in.
Okay, so you're not on the site most of the time?
I'm not on the site. I
was going to say, construction workers are pretty interesting lot. I can imagine what their comments would be if you were on the job site.
Everybody knows me as Santa now.
Oh, that's pretty cool, though. I can see that. So when you decided that this is going to be a part-time career at this point,
yep.
Were you already, because I know you're an actor too, correct? Or you're getting into more acting right now?
I'm getting to more, yes.
You're getting. Is this job been influencing you to do more acting, or because you really have to act, don't you? This is not just like.
No, it is performance.
Yes, it's performance.
You can't put anybody with a beard into a suit and throw them into it.
Exactly my point.
I never really knew what it took to be Santa, and. So my first, I was so
Those
scared.
are big shoes to fill.
They are. They're big boots to fill.
Big boots.
There you go.
So my very first job was a church in West Roxbury. They hired me to be Santa for the children they do a fair, and so they had me come in and be Santa for the children, and I was just so nervous, didn't know what to do, and it wasn't difficult.
Had you worked with kids before?
No, I haven't. I don't have any children of my own.
Okay.
I have nieces and nephews and all that, but no, I don't work with children. I work with a bunch of gruff guys.
That's what I was going to say. I mean, that's quite a world of difference.
So it was a challenge for me. But after each one I did, it got a little bit easier. And my nerves weren't as like, oh, what am I
Sure,
doing?
practice makes perfect, right? So you deal with kids quite a lot.
Quite often now, yes.
Now, how many of them are skeptical? That's a good question, huh?
There's a few. When they get older.
Oh, of course, when they get older. I'm just saying, in this day and age, with the internet, with how much kids know these days.
Do they ask you questions like...
Oh, yeah. They try to trip you up. They ask you the questions.
So they are skeptical when they're asking questions.
They are.
Okay.
It depends on certain ages. The older they get, the more. But the ones who are skeptical and they ask you the questions and you know the answers right off. You know the answers. And you give them to them in a believable way. You have to be Santa.
Right.
And
you have to immerse yourself in the role, right?
I've had it where they ask me the questions and then they go, and I've got another child, and I could hear the child with the mother right next to me. He's like, "That's the real Santa. That's really him. That's really him." Because he knew. So
you can't pull anything on these kids.
Well, we all know what the reaction you're gonna get when you're an actual gig. But what during this holiday season, when you go out to the mall or do regular things during the day, what's the reaction? People stop you, do kids see you at the mall and are like, "Oh my God,
Yes.
he looks like Santa!" Like,
Yeah.
what's the reaction outside of one of your gigs?
I work construction and it's very dirty. So when I leave work, I don't look my best, and I'll go to the store, and I don't look my best, so I really don't get much of a reaction. But if I dress up like this, I'm not dressed.
I was going to say, that's a great outfit. I love this. You should go to the store looking like that.
I have.
It would be funny if you see him walking by the mall Santa. You're like, oh, okay.
Wear anything red. Red hat, red shirt, and I've amassed quite a few red shirts now.
I can imagine, yes.
Just going out, if nicely showered, do my beard up, I will get reactions everywhere I go. I've gone down Hanover Street with friends walking to dinner, 2 in front and then 2 in back, and the people who are 5 feet behind me, we get to the restaurant, I can't believe how many people we would walk by and they would say, "Oh, there goes Santa! There goes Santa!" So just being out in public, and people nudge each other, walking towards people. They'll nudge, look. So it's very visible, and it's the people who wear designer beards. With their, I don't want to say fake because a $2,000 beard.
Oh, that's pretty expensive. Wow.
They're made of yak. It's a designer beard.
Yak. Yak hair.
Yak hair.
Interesting.
They don't know what it's like to live like this everyday life.
Interesting. Well, the Red Sox can probably know what it's like to live like that every day.
Because of this, we got to go see the Red Sox as well.
That's cool.
For the beard game, yeah.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Speaking of hair now, let's talk about that mustache. I love the curl of that mustache. Does that take a long time to do that? Or do you
it used to. Now 15 minutes.
15 minutes?
I can do it in 15 minutes.
Like a wax or what's it? It's cool though.
It's a hair glue.
A hair glue.
You know Pauly D, his hair, it's all spiky.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So
it's I use a hair.
So it's not a gel.
It's not a gel. Okay. It's a glue, and it like washes out in minutes. It's water soluble.
Now you said you started with a lot of kids. Now obviously that indicates that you're doing much more upscale stuff, or.
I've started. This year I'll be doing the Lowell Spinners. They're having a holiday festival. And in 2 weeks, I'll be going to the holiday festival and just experiencing all the children of the people who have season tickets. So I'll be doing that, seeing the trophies, getting a picture with Santa with the trophies, which I'm very excited about.
Cool. What would your dream gig be? Just curious. Ever thought about it?
I really don't have a dream gig. You can't really. Every gig is a dream.
That's cool.
They're all magical. They're all different. No matter how many could be the same, there's always going to be something different.
So far as acting goes, what kind of acting roles would you like to start getting?
Well, I started getting to acting because of my certain look, and hopefully I get Santa acting gigs, or there's so much other things other than Santa.
Yeah, I mean,
but like commercials, print ads.
Okay, I can see you definitely doing commercial and print ads.
So yeah,
as a matter of fact, I got your business card here, and that's an awesome shot.
It is an awesome shot.
I love this thing. That's a great shot. Doesn't that look? And the spectacles and everything. That just
you
looks
are Santa.
I am.
Brian, where can they find you online?
My website is bostonsantaclaus.com. I am with Gig Salad. You can book me through Gig Salad, Gig Masters, or go right to my bostonsantaclaus.com.
And do you have a Facebook or a Twitter as well?
Facebook is Boston Santa Claus, and Twitter is Boston Santa Claus.
Wow, that's awesome. I'm assuming you're going to be very busy between now, because Christmas is 2 weeks from now.
Yes, I've been very busy for the past 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Okay.
It started before Thanksgiving.
Wow, so that's definitely a busy schedule. Brian, thank you very much for coming down and being a good sport about it. Yeah, that's what we're looking for right there.
I've been a good girl this year, so I expect great gifts.
I don't believe it.
She's been a really good girl, trust me. Believe it or not, this is one of the good ones.
Okay.
Definitely. Thank you very much again, Brian, for coming down. We wish you, of course, the best Christmas of all. And we'll be right back to say goodbye right after this break.
Thanks for asking, but I'd rather not send you nude pictures. I'm camera shy. I already said no. It's against my religion. I'm giving my dog a bath, you can have pictures of that. Pressure gives me hives. Under my clothes, I'm a robot. Hold on, let me ask my mom. Sorry, my webcam is broken. I'm worried they'll get passed around school. Unfortunately, I just had my clothes surgically attached to my body. If they got out, I might never be president. I'm already naked, under my clothes. Not even if you were all three Jonas Brothers. I have a rash. I have nudophobia. I have lizard skin. The more you ask, the less I want to. You're not the boss of me. Nudity makes me vomit. I'm a vampire, so I don't show up in pictures anyways. Your badgering has really killed the mood.
When someone is pressuring you to do something you don't want to, how many ways can you say no before they get the message? Let us know at that'snotcool.com.
Well, that's another great show. And we want to thank Mark Miller for coming down, and Mr. Brian Roy, also known as the Boston Santa Claus, for coming in. You got to get a little something from Santa Claus.
I did. I got a Santa caught you being nice little poker chip.
Dave and I didn't get one.
I hope I can cash this in for a gift this Christmas.
I got a hat though. I got a hat, and you got a hat too.
I got a hat too. I got tons of gifts.
Well, I'm not surprised. Poor Dave.
Dave got nothing.
I got nothing. Oh, poor Dave. We'll have to get Dave something nice for Hanukkah, definitely. So we'll see what happens with that. Join us next week, same time, same place, for the Performer Radio Show. Like I said, we record this at Down Ultra Lounge in Boston, and Dirty Water News is our partner, and we want to thank them very much for hosting this event for us, or this show for us. Good night, and stay warm, folks.
See you next week.
Bye-bye.